I had no idea about that.
Yeah, before Death Row had formed, we were trying to develop Snoop at Ruthless, but when everything broke apart, because Warren actually, he was around us when we were doing Living Like Hustlers, and then when we were doing Black Mafia Life, he started bringing Snoop around, and we were going to actually start working with Snoop after Black Mafia Life, which is the first record that was really like an introduction to G-Funk, and he brought Snoop around and N.W.A around. They were actually formed as C.O.D187um at the time, and what happened was when Dre left and him and Suge and Doc started Death Row, we kind of got like shuffled apart, because at one time we were all like one thing. We were all one unit. You know what I mean? All of us was on the same playing ground. And so in the process of that, he introduced something that they were doing as 213 to Dr. Dre. Dre doubled back on me. He said, "Yeah, I know you was working with that kid. Should I sign him?" Dre actually asked me, whether he should sign Snoop or not. So that's the story right there. They come through above the law. Just as like Kokane came through above the law. A lot of people don't know that either. They think he comes through Snoop, but his origins is through above the law, and he one of the members who created the sound of G-Funk. See, the thing that I always tell them, KMG, rest in peace, shout out DJ Chaos, Laylaw, shout out Gomac with the sack, you know what I mean, rest of the Pimp Clinic, with those guys were the guys who, when I wanted to do, because I created the fusion of G-Funk to be different than N.W.A, basically, because we were on the same label. Eazy was like, we coming like this, y'all kind of more funky like that. So I took those notes, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go deep funk, and I started deep funking, and it was Kokane and KMG, who sonically wanted to get in the car with me and do it, and then the rest of the guys in Above the Law as the writers, we all came together like Voltron, and we created that sound. Goonie singing. We were the first dudes doing like that Goonie sound and singing on records. We, because since we were an underground group, a highly successful underground group, in the time that we came out, we didn't get all that shine. It kind of broke ground once the Chronic was developed, which the Chronic was developed after we done Black Mafia Life. Those records, we done Niggas for Life, and then we did Black Mafia Life. Together, we did those records at the same time. When the Cliques broke up, Dre liked what I was doing, and he was highly influenced in what I was doing, so he integrated a lot of that sound into the Chronic, So did Warren when he broke off, because Warren was around us like that. So all of it, and Snoop was influenced by it. So all of it comes from the origins of that, And that's how all that came together like a whole play, because we were just the guys who stayed underground. We believed in underground. We believed in hardcore. But at that time, hip-hop out for us hadn't broke pop yet. Y'all realize it hadn't broke pop. Chronic was like one of the first hardcore records that broke pop. Well, it had an influence of G-Funk on it, and that's how it took off. Shout out Dr. Dre, too. He put us in the game. Him and Eazy-E put us in the game. So, you know what I mean? So we were excited that, we were able to be a part of that. But the thing that we have a big problem with is like the media overlooks Above the Law and Kokane for actually being the people who ushered that in, the orchestrators of it, the architects of it, So we lead up to A.O.G.F now, the architects of G-Funk.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, like, comment, share. Also go over to UGSforLife.com, download the entire archive, and check out new episodes on Apple Podcasts and Blog Talk Radio.